Well, from hacking websites to hacking spacecraft, the hacker group Anonymous has reportedly threatened to hack NASA's Mars rover Curiosity. Curiosity now on the red planet, trying to find out if conditions there ever allowed for life. But many groups believe the hacking threat is fake. This after Anonymous vows to shut down Trapwire, a massive global surveillance network. To talk more about the latest in the hacktivist world, RT Web producer Andrew Blake joins us now. Hi, Andrew.
Hey, Liz. What's happening?
So could hacktivists really hack into a spacecraft on Mars?
I mean, anyone can do anything. I mean, if you reverse engineer anything, you know, like if you have the technology to put it there, you have the technology to take it down. It's that simple. We can essentially do anything. I don't see why not. But the way and the reason this all started developing was back around a week or two ago. Someone at PC Mag, the online edition, they wrote that, oh, if you really wanted to hack Curiosity, out of curiosity, this is how you would do it. And they kind of pinpointed step by step. Well, if you can get 300, if you can send a signal at 400,000 kilowatts to 350 miles away, and you know how to do this. I mean, essentially rocket science, because that's really what it is. So they published this saying that, well, if you really have all of the means to take down this billion-dollar craft, you probably already know how to do it. But they laid it out for everyone, and allegedly, someone with this security consulting firm called Flashpoint caught just a regular anonymous person in a chat room talking about it, and kind of sent out an APB saying, uh-oh, hackers are going to do it. They're going to do it. It's out there, and it's going to happen, and which is pretty much just unfounded. They're just reported on a paragraph that someone typed in a chat room about, like, oh, hey, let's hack the rover.
Okay, so these rumors of Anonymous actually doing the hacking, you're not buying into that?
No, not at all. I mean, we know that there's the possibility that someone would be able to do it, but there's a possibility that someone would do anything. I could easily just flip over this, well, maybe not easily, but I could flip over this table right now.
Well, we don't want you to do that.
No. But so, yeah, to say that someone could do it, absolutely, why not? And someone explained how. It just takes the kind of resources and money and know-how that you would really have to have like a state agency.
It's not like anybody can just hack into the Mars rover.
No.
Not just your run-of-the-mill schmuck.
No, this was, if you ask me, this was kind of just like another attempt to label anyone that's being considered a hacker, not even just a hacktivist, but just anyone is, just another terrorist of the country who has this crazy ability to do anything that they want, and they're going to use it to take down the space program. So
I mean, traditionally, Anonymous usually has some kind of a motive in terms of who they plan to attack.
Exactly.
A government agency or somebody basically pissed them off.
Yeah, and there's really no reason to take down NASA.
What incentive is there for Anonymous to hack the rover?
There isn't. If you ask me, I mean, I don't speak on behalf of anyone other than myself, but when you go out there and look at the facts, why would this loose-knit international collective of hacktivists go, oh man, we hate science, let's ruin science? That doesn't make any sense. So, like I said, the technology is there, the know-how is there, but to say that this endeavor is actually likely, I think is absolutely ridiculous and kind of just fear-mongering on the part of the mainstream media who wants the world to be weary of hackers and activists. And I mean, it might very well be, and it's just another ploy in this whole step to trying to introduce cybersecurity legislation, because they're worried that people are going to get insider information and actually take this into their own hands.
All right. Want to move on because there's something else I want to talk about. Speaking of hacking and cybersecurity, something you have been keeping a close eye on, Trapwire. What is the latest on that front?
It's a good question. A lot of people still don't know about Trapwire, and that's kind of almost as terrifying as Trapwire itself. For those watching at home who don't know about it, it's been 7 or 8 days now since we discovered, by going through emails allegedly obtained by anonymous hackers, that there is a global surveillance system that was licensed to the White House, to Canadian authorities, to Scotland Yard, to local law enforcement agencies across the country. And this Trapwire surveillance system uses state-of-the-art technology and aggregates it with publicly available data, and can kind of track anyone, anywhere, at any time for any reason. So that exists. According to these emails and according to publicly available information, and it's been 8 days now, and no one really seems too scared. But
Well, it sounds scary.
yeah, it does sound scary, but luckily, I shouldn't say no one sounds too scared, because there is a campaign right now to revolt against this whole thing. A lot of hacktivists have taken to the web and kind of put out a call for arms to say that this trapwire thing, this thing that no one is reporting on, seems kind of scary. We should do something about it. So, for instance, right here in Washington, D.C., documents that we found through these emails that were hacked from Strategic Forecasting, or Stratfor. They were then distributed to WikiLeaks, who published them recently. And if you go through there, we can see that the Metropolitan Police Department in Washington, D.C., they bought into this trapwire program, which means that the D.C. surveillance cameras can use this face recognition software and can use this, these data mines to find anyone deemed suspicious and, profile them. And they're saying, there's these cameras everywhere in places like DC, New York, LA, Chicago, London, all across Canada, across Texas. What are we going to do about all these cameras? If we don't know that much about the system, is there something that we can do? So right now, there is an active campaign on the internet to go out there and find these cameras and to render them useless. I'm not encouraging anyone to do that. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. I don't think I can say that. But there is an active campaign. People
and Anonymous is calling for this, correct?
Well, let's say members of Anonymous, because keep in mind we're talking about this huge international global entity made up of anonymous persons. So people who say that they are involved in the hacktivist collective Anonymous are calling for a campaign. And actually, they're saying starting this Saturday, tomorrow actually, they want people to go out there, and they're calling it a Splash Cam Saturday, because a lot of these surveillance cameras, if this technology is correct, they can use it to find out exactly who you are just by picking up a glance of you, walking by. However, they also have a very substantial weakness, and that's if you put any sort of lubricant or viscous liquid on the lens, you're essentially ruining it. So if you want to go out there and spray silly string at these cameras or throw a water balloon at them or just put a box over them, you're shutting down one node of a system, at least temporarily, that is connected to this huge international global surveillance system.
How do you know which cameras are connected to the whole trapwire system, which is massive?
Yes, I don't. And a lot of people are still trying to figure that out. What we know, based off of the emails that were allegedly taken from the Stratfor servers, is that places like Washington, D.C. and New York Police Department and the New Jersey Transit, all, at least one time or another, according to these emails, had contracts with Trapwire. And we know that, like, right here in D.C., the D.C. Police Department, their cameras are linked to hundreds, if not thousands, of private businesses. They're also linked to the Department of Transportation. They're also linked to thousands of cameras in the public schools. So all of those cameras, keep in mind, this isn't a technology on the camera end. This is a huge global system. It's all being sent into one place, then it's being sent to others. And so people are saying, just be suspicious, and if you feel like taking out a camera or two this weekend, why the hell not?
All right. Sounds scary. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out this weekend. Andrew, pleasure to have you in the studio. That was RT web producer Andrew Blake.
Thanks.